who would you most like to see transition from Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu? Top 3, go.
I think the obvious answer to that is Gordon Ryan.
Okay,
obviously.
I'm gonna cut you off right there. My controversial opinion is I would not like to see Gordon Ryan transition to MMA. And since this was your prompt, can I give that first, and then you tell me why?
Yeah, you go first.
I'm assuming you thought that was the obvious answer, that Gordon Ryan was the one you'd like to see.
I really did think Gordon Ryan.
Here's why I do not want to see Gordon Ryan. I think he would have the most success, but I don't want to see him at all. Because I don't want to compete in MMA, because that sucks. And Gordon Ryan, wherever he goes, eyeballs and then money flows.
Yeah.
Whoever competes against Gordon Ryan gets more money. Gordon Ryan gets more money, the rest of the sport gets more money. He gets bigger, the rest of the sport gets bigger.
Mm-hmm.
So I think if Gordon Ryan quit doing jiu-jitsu now, it would rob jiu-jitsu of the next 5 years of growth it could potentially have with him as the absolute icon. Because I would rather basically make 1/10 of what he's making in 5 years than make 1/10 of whatever the next guy who's number one is making in 5 years if he transitioned to MMA. So that's just why I would say I wouldn't like to see him.
I would almost argue it would be almost more beneficial for Gordon Ryan now at this point to take a 2 or 3 year hiatus from jiu-jitsu and focus on MMA, go into MMA, win a couple low-level fights to prove, not that he hasn't proved that he's legit, but prove he's legit in all areas, and then come back to jiu-jitsu once there's been some new contenders. Because
what coked out MMA fighter amateur is gonna go against Gordon Ryan?
It's not gonna be a coked out MMA, but look, hold up. He beat Marcus Buchecha in ADCC finals in 2019, I believe. Marcus Buchecha is 3-0 in one championship right now. That's the number 2 organization in the world.
Okay.
And he's a top 10 contender now, and he's making fucking good ass money off those fights. And he's tapping out people with barely any ground.
Who are you
game.
saying is gonna fight against Gordon Ryan in MMA?
A lot of people.
A lot of people?
Because the money's there, and that's
The
something-
money's there.
That's something that's different about jiu-jitsu
You're
than
right,
MMA, is
dude.
people take fights that even if they think they're gonna lose, because
You know how much money to an MMA Gordon Ryan match would bring?
Exactly.
Oh, the pay-per-views,
and
man.
who's a contender for Gordon Ryan right now? And what do we talk about in the other video, right? Who's a potential contender for him? Cade Rotulo, 7 years down the line. Micah
Yeah.
Galvao, 5-10 years down the line. Nicholas Mirabelli.
It would be interesting.
Sometime in the next 5 years.
I don't think he's gonna do it, but it would be interesting.
Like, let's be honest. Yuri Samoes, who just won the ADCC Absolute, that's Gordon Ryan's next match, other than Felipe Pena and him. Neither of those guys are going to be even a challenge, and he's proved that he Felipe Pena. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm cutting that part.
that's fair.
We're
That's
not
fair.
including the word. That's not monetizable.
It's true though. He did.
He did beat Felipe.
You just gotta put a bleep over it.
So number 1, you want to see Gordon Ryan.
Yes.
Number 1, who do I want to see? I want to see Mikey Musumeci. I think Mikey Musumeci would make for a very interesting MMA fight, because what I love
It would be
to see
interesting.
in MMA is grappling. What everyone else loves to see in MMA is stand and bang. I want to
was
see
one
grappling.
of the most popular fighters of all time before he retired? Khabib Nurmagomedov, who had almost 0 knockouts.
That's right, because the
'Cause
grappling.
he
Well,
just crushed Smith.
yes.
You know, and that's not a blow against him, but who are 2 of the most popular fighters in the world right now? Islam Makhachev and Charles Oliveira.
I need to see more of it.
Heavy grappling.
But this is why I want to see
Now,
Mikey Musumeci.
I'm not arguing, but here's going to be my only counterpoint to that.
Okay.
Mikey Musumeci pulls guard exclusively. He is not a wrestler, and we have never seen
I want to see guard pulling become effective in MMA.
He's going to get fucked up. He's going to get hurt.
He's gonna heel hook people.
He's going to get that little brain of his beaten in, man.
So when are you gonna publicly call him out for an MMA match?
Once I get my black belt.
Okay, fair enough. All right, put in the time. Yeah. Okay, so that's who's your number 2 then? Number 2. Who
My
you'd like
number
to see?
2, I would say Haisam Rida.
I don't even know who that is.
He beat Cyborg at ADCC heavyweight.
Okay.
Here up in Detroit.
Oh, is that the guy
actually.
who armbarred him? Oh, I
Yes.
definitely know who that
Out of
is. I remember that
assembly.
match. That was beautiful.
The giraffe, as he's also known.
Oh, dude, it was
Fucking
deadly.
Physical specimen.
It was awesome.
Beautiful technical jiu-jitsu, and what also makes it, and this is something that Gordon Ryan brings too. Gordon Ryan's a great wrestler, and Haisam Rida is a very explosive, very technical wrestler. And if you watch the road to ADCC, you actually saw his weightlifting routine and some of the explosive movements, and it would translate so easily and so well to MMA. And they already, up in Detroit, up there, they already have access to some great MMA gyms in the area that he has access to through Assembly.
I think
so
he would do well.
I think he would do very well. What's your number 2 though?
My number 2, honestly, on the same mindset, is he's a tank. He's a beast. He's all natural. Nicky Rodriguez.
Dude,
Dude,
what I was gonna be.
Have you
number
seen?
3.
Oh,
Yes.
so I stole him. You gotta pick somebody else because he's my number 2, and I would like to see him specifically because I would want to see him take people down and ground and pound. I don't even want to see him do jiu-jitsu. Like he
His
can if he
style
wants
would
to.
be so dominant, dude.
He would destroy people.
Because you know what you can do in MMA to win fights? Take someone down and hold guard for 4 minutes.
and that's
in a row.
literally
And just boop, 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 boop.
Yes, dude. He would dominate in MMA.
Along with his leg lock game and his submission defense.
Deadly, man. No one would submit him.
No.
Like I imagine literally too. Just I wouldn't want to strike against it. Just
And with such low level of grappling in that heavyweight division. as it is
Dude,
right now,
he would just dominate. He would basically toy with people. He would literally need basic level striking. Because here's the thing, he's just so dang tough. You know.
He really is.
All right, who's your number 3?
All right, this is gonna be a controversial one, but you gotta hear the reasoning for it. Cole Abate. Now,
Oh no.
it could have also went to Mika. However,
Okay.
I just think Mika, we've seen. I'm not gonna say that. What I will say is I think that Mika is gonna do very well in jiu-jitsu.
I agree.
I think that that's what he should stick to. I don't think he wants to diverge outside of that. But I think that Cole, while being very successful at jiu-jitsu, he just turned 18, man.
Yeah, he's
and that's
really
one of the major things for me. A lot of these guys, when we talk about it, them transitioning in their 20s.
Right.
Him starting at 18 is what everybody else is doing out
Yeah,
there for
he
the
would
most
be
part.
like
So imagine
starting fresh.
he takes an amateur fight against another fucking amateur.
Yeah.
But he has all this jiu-jitsu experience, ADCC competitor, fucking WNO winner.
He would do great.
He would do amazing, man. I think that Cole would be fun to see. He has a very dynamic game off his back and great leg locks, great back attacks, toughness, and I think it would be fun to watch him in MMA.
I agree.
Let's hear your number 3.
I'm not even gonna name a specific competitor, but I'm gonna outline an archetype for who I'd like to see.
Okay.
So someone who meets this grappling resume: IBJJF black belt world champion, won their division without submitting anybody.
Without?
Won by points, won by advantage, and won by referee's decision. And you know how many of those guys we got? A lot of them.
Many,
And I would like to see any one of them transition to MMA. That's all I want.
Okay, well, I see where you're coming from now, so you know what? Yes, I give that to you. Any IBJJF black belt competitors out there who like to ride out the points game, I think you guys would translate great. Go take a pro fight tomorrow.